Okay, so my game like froze up, so now we're back. Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me. She takes both my shoulders, gently squeeze it, and with a much patience as she can muster, this is where it freezes. Well, I don't have to worry about it like crashing again, cause I went on and saved it, cause I'm not gonna try going through all that again. We're gonna try it this way still. I'm gonna cut back and if it still crashes, I'll have to just cut the gameplay. Oh, load game. Yes, load that file. Like I don't know why it's freezing. She turns back to me.
As
Well,
much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you. You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call.
you were in the garden. Then who had your phone?
Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really all right? What happened?
We saw a
I...
demon.
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's... whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open!
Oh, really?
We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose!
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
I know I'm not crazy, and I know Rose ain't crazy. I mean, I know our character Isabel's not crazy because we're playing as her right now.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sales because of a minor bump in the head. An extremely minor bump. I've had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house, alone. And in a mansion this big?
That's true. Well, there's also the part where I may lose the bonus BRC promise, but that's completely besides the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compress to her and push myself off the floor. I have to use the staircase. I'll have to use the staircase railing to steady myself, but otherwise I'll be fine. I'm fine. I'll have to use the staircase railing to steady myself, but otherwise I feel fine.
See? I'm A-okay.
The two of them exchanged a worried glance, and Rose assumed a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation. If she says no,
Wait, you in?
yes, sir. A small smile threatens to slip out of me.
If I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
Okay, we get it.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
They're gonna think you're freaking crazy still.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
Huh. Maybe. Suddenly a small cough sounds against the walls of the floor, interrupting our banter. The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back a little on myself. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is. but not in the scary negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanor simply commands an air of suffocation, a small air of suffocation and respect. If in a different world, a younger me would have probably wished to be like her. At our lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Mrs.
Miss McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call you Marianne. I am not gonna remember how to say that name. Marianne, I'm not saying that. Marianne McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch. I'm sorry, Marianne. She hands Rose her business card. The words interior design caught my eyes before my partner flips it over. Oh, probably someone interested in the mansion for this 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her though. My goodness. Is the demon trying to possess my mic? Despite the hearsays and remaining inhabitants for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people find the trip to the past feeling appealing. After all, with what it offers, this place could also be a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. I'm just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough.
Yep, so this is our client.
In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please.
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place. I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Oh, so you're not the client, but you're like an interior designer. Okay. Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances at me, and I return it with an equal perplexed look. And against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
I should have kept my mouth shut. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah Wright? I was hired by her to handle the interior design for their newly bought home.
Wait, when did they buy this place?
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
It is, but...
She paused, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. Well, we'll check with our supervisor. That's the responsible thing to say. I don't know, like, it's best yeah, I gotta say, you know, when it comes to decisions, there's like an alternate universe in between. So we're gonna try this. Those few moments have given me enough time to check my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
What do you mean?
I almost flinched when she turned her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learned a thing or two in the 5 years I worked in the business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property.
Hey, I think we chose the right thing.
If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly in deep thought after I finished. Yep, we chose the right one. So we'll go back on some of these decisions in part 4. But right now, this is lit. She appears to be a reasonable person. Anyway, given the proper explanation, she surely understands.
I thought something looked odd when I arrived here. Excuse me, I think I need to make a call to my secretary.
You do that.
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. But both Rose and I breathed a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell in pride. Still, I already prepared myself to dial the number to our luxurious office and check, even if she didn't ask for it. I will be very frustrated if, for some reason, something has already been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. That's a whole new level of unfair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss Marianne returns. I'm not saying that name. You must be thinking, oh, I'm not crazy. Looking a little frustrated, but with an apology clear in her face. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here.
Of course.
I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
Certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive.
It won't, and by the time they arrive, we're cutting the footage.
And Isabella? I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those. Can you please get it for me?
Of course. Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys.
And hurry! We've still got a few minutes to double check those papers.
Of course.
Okay, got it.
The two of them disappear behind the parlor doors. Their departure brings with it a stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose already said she didn't receive any calls from me. Was it just paranoia, a temporary lapse after having hear all those tales about this place? Probably. I wanted to think of it such. Better to think of it as such, so I could work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ. And if I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose had handed me, the keys Rose have just handed me, dig into my palm. Its jaggedy edge creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I'm crunching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I haven't taken this job in the first place. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. I hug my blazer close to my body. I exit the house to get what Rose asked of me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. No, come on. Okay, so they're here. Time to save. You think I'm going back on that? Anyway, let's mute this. I can't. Actually, let's quit. Yes, I've already saved. I make sure I save my games. All this hard work, all this recording, like it's been like half an hour already because I had to go back and try getting my recordings back. It's going to take a while to edit this one, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty good. If y'all did enjoy this episode of The Letter, go and show that like button, some family love. If you're new to the channel and wish to be part of it, hit subscribe, turn notifications so you won't miss any more extraordinary content just like this one. Remember, we as a family stay together as we continue to grow together. Ohana advice for today is not about the end result, it's about the journey. Anyway, Cario City Gamer, I gotta get some, like, I may not be able to sleep after literally getting jump scared by this thing. Like, that's a thumbnail for real. Anyway, Remember, we as a family stay together as we continue to grow together. And I'll, of course, see y'all, my family, in the next one. Car City Gamer signing off for now. Peace!